Went to college, did the usual things in his apprenticeship. And I was an apprentice pipe fitter welder. We had lots of regular jobs we had to do, which continually exposed you to asbestos. Everything on a boiler in those days was asbestos. Every gasket was asbestos. Everything was asbestos, you know. You strip the boilers down twice a year and you'd have to scrape all the joints off, and they were all asbestos. Other people were in the area when you're doing it as well, so it's just not you getting contaminated, everybody else around you is getting contaminated. And the company never supplied us with any protective equipment because it was, in those days, health and safety didn't mean anything. I don't think I ever wore a dust mask until I was about 30. I guessed it was mesothelioma. I've always known that it could happen because of the asbestos I've worked with. My oncologist, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, he said, we're not going to do the chemo today. I went, righto. So he said to me, he said, I'd like to tell you, I don't think you're going to make Christmas. All I was trained to do was the job. I was never trained to do with anything with health and safety whatsoever. I'm not even sure the guys teaching me were aware of any risks. When I was an apprentice, I worked in this canteen. The pipe fitters were doing an awful lot of work in there. And I remember the tea ladies used to make all the rolls in there. And there am I, banging away with hammer and chisel, knocking all this asbestos off, and all this dust, and all these women. When you realise what you may have done to other people, it's so sad. You may be 17, you may be 18, but you're not immortal. And what you do today may have terrible consequences 30 years down the road. And if you want to die of a disease that's not the most pleasant disease in the world to die of, then you carry on as you are. But if you want to live longer than that and not die of this disease, then you take in all the information about it that you're given and take it in seriously. Because the only way you can get this disease is through asbestos.